Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Perfect timing, Addie. So it is TBR time, and for a change, instead of me picking from my TBR jar, I want my boys to pick for me. I want my little kitties to pick my TBR from Atlas and Mud, who is over there pointing with his leg. I'm gonna put some books on the ground, maybe put some treats on them, and see which ones they're drawn to. I think I'm gonna do 3 rounds of 3 different books, just to get some change and some options in there. And then maybe if there's like a book that I really want them to pick that they didn't, I might do a 4th round of like all the books they didn't choose to like give myself a second chance. But as we know, usually these TBRs don't mean much. I think I've only successfully completed 1 TBR. I think out of my TBR last month, I read like half of the books that were on it. But yeah, the challenging thing is it is November and it's in New York. It's currently 4:15 and it is almost dark out. New York in the winter is an awful place, especially an awful place to record. My lighting in here is atrocious, and there's not really much I can do about it. So I'm kind of clearing off space in the well-lit areas of my apartment, especially since my apartment only has like 3 windows, 1 room, and nowhere else. We're gonna do our best. But yeah, the boys are gonna pick my TBR, and we're gonna see how this goes. So for the first round, the first 3 books that I'm gonna do are 3 of my newer purchases. I'm going to let them choose between Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the last book in the Natural series. It's also the biggest one. I've Survived by Holly Jackson, another YA thriller that people have said really good. And These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan. This is the sequel to These Hollow Vows that I haven't read yet. So I'm gonna set these up and maybe put some treats on them to entice them, because as of right now, neither one of them really seem interested in what I'm doing. So we gotta give them a reason to want to look at my books. So yeah, we're gonna put some treats on these and see what they think. So I put them on the floor. Oh, do we need treats? But I put them on the floor right here. Their treat cabinet is right here. Don't chew them, please. I feel like, oh, I think he chose already. Honestly, I don't know if Mud is even going to participate in this video because he's just sitting on the cat tree ignoring me, but that was an immediate reaction from him. No treats needed. So I'm going to say that the cat's first choice is These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan, and I think that's a good choice, Addie. You did a good job. That was unexpected. This video might just be Addie chooses my books. So my next 3 for him or Mud, if he chooses to come out here and participate, is This Spells Love. This was my newest book of the month. Two Twisted Crowns. This is the sequel to One Dark Window, which I loved. I gotta be able to show them your options first. And then Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. I've been reading through all her books. I read Happily Ever After Playlist and the other one last month, but this is the last book of hers that I have yet to read. But yeah. Muddy, do you want to come pick? He looks like he might be interested now. I pulled out the treats, so Mud is now interested. 3 books. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sorry, they're over there. No. Look over here. Mudson, hey. Look over here. There's yummy. Look at the. This is not going the way I planned, but also the way I planned. I expected them to be terrible. But yeah. Look at the. Oh, Atlas, you picked one. Mudson, look over here. Okay, well, we tried to involve Mud, but Atlas picked yet again. There are still treats on both of these books. Atlas, again, this was your choice, Bubba. Very nice. Atlas's next choice is Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. I'm sorry you didn't get a treat. I'm sorry you didn't. You want it? You can have it. It's right there. Do you want the other one? You want it? It's right there. Here you go. Oh. Okay, well, your brother gets that one then. Okay, well, now that you're interested, let's do the 3rd round. 3rd and final round of this chaos is going to be The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. This was my last month book of the month. Uprooted by Naomi Novik. This has been on my TBR for ages. And The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. This is like a little literature classic. Haven't read it yet. To be honest, Brittany Broski told me to read it, so I'm gonna read it. So that's my inspo. But yeah, this is their next choice, is this kind of weird amalgamation of books. We're gonna try this again, see if Mud can get a pick. Okay, you see them? We're doing 1, 2, 3. Okay, you know what? Hey, he ate it first. He did eat it first. We're taking his opinion. Good job. Muddy, there's one more right here. Do you want it? You can have it for participating. It's your participation. There you go. Good boy. 3rd and final pick done by Mr. Mud himself, The Unmaking of June Farrow. Yeah, that was chaos. Let's go over this. At the end of that chaos, We have our 3 books, 2 chosen by Atlas, 1 chosen by Mud. A little bit of an extra help, a little bit of push to actually choose one. We have Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. This is just a contemporary romance. I've read her other 4 or 5 books. This is just the last one by her I have yet to read. We have chosen by Atlas These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan. This is a fairly new purchase. I was waiting for this to come out in paperback because I had the first book in paperback, only to be angry. Oh, and now they're going crazy. Only to be angry that they made this cover glossy when the other one is just like paper. So now I'm kind of angry that the covers don't match, but I didn't want a paperback and a hardcover. But regardless, YA fantasy, Fairies Fae. I read the first one, haven't read this one yet. And then lastly, chosen by Mr. Mudd himself, The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. This is, I think, fantasy. It's like a fantasy element storyline, but what it's about, I don't actually know. It's like something where like the one character, she's hearing and seeing things that aren't there, and then I think it's like from people that I've seen read this, it almost gives them the energy of the 7-Year Slip, where it's kind of like paranormal time stuff. I'm definitely interested in it, but I'm not exactly sure what to expect. But yeah, here are 3 books chosen by my cats for the TBR. These are basically, when I don't know what to read, going to be at the top of my list, but I have a lot of books to read this month that I genuinely want to. Well, 2. 2's not a lot, but it feels like a lot. A Curse for True Love, the 3rd book in Once Upon a Heartbreak. I love that series. Love it. I was never a Crywell fan, but I will die for Once Upon a Heartbreak. And then also coming out in a couple weeks is Iron Flame, the 2nd Fourth Wing book, which I pre-ordered, which I'm so excited for. So yeah, those 2 are going to be read as soon as I get them. Hopefully, let's see if I read these this month. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love and appreciate you so much. Hopefully you were somewhat entertained by the chaos of my cat. It went better than I thought, but also not as great as I thought. I didn't think it would go great. But yeah, if you want to follow me anywhere, all my social medias are down below, as well as my Pango books. If you want to read any books like this, you can find them for secondhand, cheaper way for laying up your TBR. My Amazon wish list is also linked down below if you want to send me any book. You can send me ones that I have picked out, or you can pick out your favorites and send them to me. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let's get a goodbye from the cat. Smudson, say goodbye. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to the people. Very good. That's just your butt. Say goodbye to the people. Yay! They just want their dinner. They will be getting their dinner in a half an hour, and that's all they want. So, yeah, goodbye. Mwah.